Hey everyone, Ryan here at Etrailer. Today on our 2022 Renegade Vienna Motor Home, we're going to be checking out the Roadmaster Nighthawk Tow Bar with blue ox ends. So when it comes to picking out a tow bar, it's a really important decision because it's responsible for a lot of the work, and it's something that you're going to have to set up and connect to your base plate, disconnect whenever you're not flat towing, so on and so forth. So you want something that's going to be easy to use and also pull your vehicle well behind the motorhome. And when it comes to tow bars, this one is definitely one of the more premier ones. I'm a big fan of it. Super easy to use, and I feel like a lot of that has to do with the fact that a lot of it's made from aluminum, and so it's pretty lightweight in terms of tow bars. A lot of them out there are pretty heavy, a little harder on your back when you're setting them up and disconnecting them. So when it comes to that, you really can't go wrong there. And in terms of pulling the vehicle down the road, I've heard a lot of good things about this setup, and I think it does such a good job for a couple of reasons. All right, one of them being it's pretty long, and so you got quite a bit of space between your towed vehicle and your coach. And generally speaking, that's a good thing. The car rides true. It's a lot more responsive around tight turns and things like that. But I also think because of its capacity, so this is going to be good for 8,000 pounds, which covers pretty much just about anything out there that you could flat tow, and overkill in a lot of situations. And I think because of that, it's going to help absorb some of that road shock more. When you hit a pothole or a bump or something along them lines, it does a better job of kind of managing that. One of the things I definitely recommend when picking out a tow bar, whether it's this one or a different one, is you want to get one that is non-binding. All right, and this one has that feature. A lot of the other ones do as well. But essentially what that means, sometimes when you're flat towing and you get to where you're going and you try to disconnect, the arms can be locked into position and make it super difficult to get the pin and clip out to undo everything. All right, and with a non-binding style tow bar, if that were to happen, it's a quick fix. You have these levers here. When you would pull up on that lever, that would release all that tension and make it really easy to get everything disconnected. As opposed to the binding style ones, those kind of become a huge pain, to be honest with you. A lot of them will just have a little tab or button, and some require a special tool to engage that button to release the tension. It seems like a lot of people end up just getting a hammer and beating on it. So having a non-binding style tow bar is going to make life a lot easier on it. As far as getting it hooked up to the base plate, really nothing to it. You'll just line the ends up, put the pin and clip through there, and that's really about it. So even though this is a Roadmaster tow bar, it has the blue ox ends. So if you have a blue ox base plate, this will pair right up with it. And this works with other base plates as well. I believe the Demco tabless base plates, the Etrailer tabless ones have very similar design that the blue ox will work with, and even some of the other ones. And if not, if you don't have a blue ox base plate and say you have a Roadmaster base plate, Roadmaster's other version of this has the Roadmaster ends. We'll pair up with that. And there's a ton of different adapters available on the market. If you need to change them out, you can, to allow you to pair up with just about any base plate that you might have on your vehicle. You do get some extras with this tow bar, if you will. And what I mean by that, so the tow bar is going to come included with an electrical umbilical cable here, as well as the 6-way round style connector. So you'll get them parts, and you'll also get safety cables. So it's just a couple less things you're not going to have to worry about getting separately. You already know that they're going to be the right capacities, lengths, and styles of cables to work with the particular tow bar. Which kind of brings you to my next point. If you end up picking this one and you're going to set up the rest of your flat tow, particularly tow bar wiring, you're going to want the diode kit that I call the bare bones kit. Essentially, it's just going to come with the wiring and your diodes and some ins and outs to get it installed. And it's not going to come with the cables and the connector. And I say it because, you know, if you get the Nighthawk, you already have them parts and there's no reason to buy them twice. Something I do want to touch base on is the use of a high-low adapter, which is this piece right here. And the whole reason for it is you want your tow bar to ride level whenever you're flat towing your vehicle down the road. That way you get optimum performance, you're not wearing parts out, it's just the right way to do things. And that range that you're looking for is 3 inches. And so what I mean by that, you know, if you pull your vehicle and your motorhome on flat ground, something like this, you can measure from the center of your hitch pin hole on your motorhome to the center of your pin hole on your base plate, that attachment point. If that measurement exceeds 3 inches, that's where a high-low adapter would come into play. In our case, perfect scenario, our motorhome was a little bit higher, kind of right on that 3-inch mark, and so we opted to use a 2-inch drop, lowered that connection point down some, and now our tow bar is riding nice and level. There's something a little bit different too that this tow bar has, and that is built-in LEDs. So whenever your taillights or your running lights are on, these will illuminate as well. Kind of just helping to let people know that you got stuff going on here. You know, a lot of distracted drivers on the roads today, and any little extra safety feature that you can use is definitely worthwhile. You are able to actually store the tow bar on the back of your motorhome as well, which is awesome because when you're over the road, storage is at a premium, and anything you can do to save you a little space is definitely a bonus. And so once you unhook, you know, the tow bar will kind of clip up into the latch mechanism, and you can either fold it down to one side or the other. The choice is up to you, what works best with your coach. Now, if you do keep it back here temporarily or permanently, I do suggest a couple things, especially if you plan on keeping it back here all the time. And that would be a locking hitch pin. That way you can secure the tow bar to your motorhome, and you're not gonna have to worry about someone pulling the clip out and the pin out and running off with your stuff. As well as picking up a cover or a bag. So, you know, you put it over everything, and it just kind of be an extra layer of protection to help keep the weather off of it and keep your investment protected. And that'll finish up our look at of the Roadmaster Nighthawk tow bar with blue ox ends on our 2022 Renegade Vienna Motorhome.